did was take a cartoon version and make it into an AI animated version that pretty much looked the exact same. Okay, so first things first. There is absolutely zero part of the Red Sea or the Arabian Gulf where there is this sandy stretch all the way from one end to the other end. This is not the Caribbean. The Caribbean is more smoother than that, but that whole sandy looking walk across and all nice and easy. I will give the movie The Prince of Egypt more credit. They had a better depiction of it because the people were getting their wagons getting stuck on the rocks and the jagged parts because that, and they having to climb over rocks and things because that's what the bottom of the Red Sea and the Gulf of Arabia looks like. It doesn't look anything like some sandy little walk that they just, oh, we just la da da, try da da, walk on through like it's all easy and everything. And I think the creators of that video made it that way because they know that one of the criticisms of this entire story is that just in one night, not one day, not 1 week, in one night, over 2 million people with wagons and children and old people and their possessions traveled what at minimum is a 32-mile stretch. Yes, 32-mile stretch. Because the shortest distance in the Red Sea from one end to the other end is 32 miles, 32 or 37 miles. But if you, and you can even say that, well, the Gulf was smaller 3,000 years ago. It wasn't 10 miles shorter. It wasn't 20 miles shorter. It was still too long for 2 million people to cross from one end to the other end in one night. As I said before when I talked about this, when I was stationed in Germany, we did what's called the Volksmarch. Now, the Volksmarch is it commemorates Patton moving his entire division, pulling out of battle and going into another battle 100 miles in 4 days. That's 25 miles per day. We were fit Marines carrying packs. We did the 25 miles per day for 4 days to commemorate that march. There is no way in hell, and I was exhausted. Even the first day, it was like, God damn. There is absolutely no way that people with old people and children could have made that march. If they had said just the young war-fighting men, I'll give you a little bit of credit that maybe they could have made it in one night from one end to the other end if it was smooth and sandy. We are Volksmarching on roads, regular streets that paved and all that. And that 25 mile took majority of the day. You want me to believe that old people and little children and wagons made it across jagged terrain overnight? Come on, man. Come on. There is absolutely no way you can logically break that down. You can't even miracle break that down because there's nothing in there that says they flew the old people, they flew the people from one end to the other end, or that the ground was like a moving sidewalk that allowed for 1 step to equal 10 steps. There was nothing like that going on. There's nothing in your Bible that would give you that kind of a leeway. You just have to believe it and accept it, knowing that it is an impossibility for those people to have achieved that. And as we know, I know some people are going to say, well, they found chariot wheels in the bottom. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Ron Wyatt's claims have never been verified. Ron Wyatt, the scuba gear to which he used could not even reach the depths of the bottom of the Red Sea. So therefore, he was using recreational scuba gear, so he couldn't have reached that. The one wheel that they think that they found does not represent the types of chariot wheels that would have been used during that time frame. So there is just so much more information to debunk every aspect of the Exodus. And the fact of the Red Sea splitting, there are, if you go back to the older versions, whether we're talking about the Septuagint or the Masoretic writings, It's talking about the Sea of Reeds, which that is just 6 miles. 6 miles. And in the water there, it only gets 6 feet, 6 to 8 feet deep. And it is a marshland. And there is a time frame when the wind blows and clears the water off. That is more plausible than your whole other story. And that's probably something that actually happened, that people crossed that, whether it was the Hyksos or some other group, the worshippers of the Aten, who crossed that piece of land during that time frame, and they then legendized the story to make it into your Moses Exodus story. Or even when the worshippers of the Aten fought against Tutankhamun on the Red Sea, according to the Kemetic story, they lost that battle. According to some other stories, they won that. The people of the Aten won that battle and became the Israelite people. So there are so many questions. There's so many possibilities. But one possibility that is false is the fact that these people would have crossed 32 to 37 miles just in one night over some jagged rock. That never happened. But what do you guys think? Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And always remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.